All right, y'all, how's it going? It's Cam here, and today we're going to be reviewing Titanium 2 Deluxe by Brasel. So Brasel, 30-year-old rapper out of Memphis, Tennessee. He's had some projects come out along the way, and most notably got really big being featured in some projects, some songs of the likes of KB, 1K Few, and even Lecrae. Yeah, and Ty's really just kind of come into his own, doing his own thing. He released Transcendent in 2022, which was a pretty big release, pretty expansive. So Titanium 2 is the follow-up to last year's Titanium. And sequel albums are not always easy to do. We look at Lil Wayne with the Carter series. We look at Kanye with, Donda. See how that kind of turned out? And then we also even look at Christian rappers doing this too. We got Andy Mineo with his Neverland 1 and 2, and even Lecrae with his Church Close series. So making a sequel album is not always as easy as it looks because it's got some context. It's usually tied to some other project and has some kind of history before it. So Titanium 2 was released earlier this year in April and then was released as a deluxe version in June. So today we're going to be going through that, what I liked, what I didn't like. And this is just a reminder that my opinion is my opinion. It's subjective. So whatever you think, however you feel about the music and what I review, that's also your entitled opinion. Without wasting any more time, let's get into it. So the album opens up with 2.0, and I really like this as an opener. I really like the pacing. Ty's kind of reintroducing us into this project, into this world that he's creating. And Ty's not trying to do anything crazy here. He's got a cool, calm, collected cadence as he's just kind of walking us through what's going on and bringing us back into sonically this world. Following that track, we have Let's Go, which is an upbeat kind of banger here with Isaac Mansfield helping out. And I really like this one as well. It kind of reminds me of a song that I would hear during basketball warm-ups. It's just really upbeat. It's inspirational. I like the horns that are in there and the let's go ad-libs, the gang vocals that come in during the hook. It's really kind of happy-go-lucky, but it's also got a nice beat to it. It's still, a banger. So I really like that. And as we're getting deeper into the project, this is just getting off on the right foot. Yeah, and it's really a good feature from Isaac Mansfield. Like I said, he's got a nice voice on this track, and he kind of just slides on top of the beat, and I really enjoyed it. And then next we have Higher Vision, which I'm a big fan of. I really liked this song. It's got some hyper pop elements with the synths, and Ty really gets into his melodic bag on this one, doing some high, nice melodies and vocals. It kind of feels like an ode to early 2010s hip hop in the way, but it also has a modern feel. I would say this is probably my favorite song on the entire project. It's catchy, it's very melodic, something about the synths going on. I just really enjoy it. But then we go from the highs of Higher Vision kind of down to a low in this next song. In the song Yeah, Yeah. I didn't love this one as much. The beat is a little bit mundane, a little bit redundant. And then too with the vocals with Ty and then a feature by Main 2 Wavy. They kind of stay in this low register. They don't really move vocally from like 2 or 3 notes. It just feels a little bit of the same. And lyrically, nothing crazy is going on. So I would say it's not my favorite track. I don't hate it by any means. It's listenable, but definitely not one of my favorites. And getting into songs like What's the Vibe and 2010, Ty's really getting into his producer bag here as he produces many of the tracks through the project. But I love the bigger than life grand pianos that are kind of glimmering and creating this really cool soundscape that just sounds like a big production. So Ty does a great job doing that. 2010 was the opener for the track, the non-deluxe version of this album. And I think it does a good job of also getting us sonically into what's to come. Following that, we have Ty LaFly, which is kind of this R&B grittier banger, but it's nice. Ty's still kind of staying cool, calm, collect. He sounds confident. I love the braggadocious rhymes. It's kind of, you're bragging in Christ, but it really does sound good. And this is a big highlight for me as Ty just stays in that pocket. He delivers. It's not a very long song. It goes by pretty fast, but it's a fun time. And like I said earlier, he's sounding confident. He's sounding good. He's also leaning into some of his influences and some of his strengths. He's got that good melodic sound, but he also knows when to kind of flip it and do something darker and grittier like that. But I like the R&B vibes. I like the beat on this one a lot. It sounds good. Next, we have Two Major featuring Tory Deshawn, and I think Tori really steals the show on this one. He's a great feature, probably my favorite feature on the whole project. But this beat is really nice. It's got a staccato kind of piano stab, reminiscent of Humble by Kendrick Lamar. And both of these artists really hold their own. It's a great banger of a song. This one really feels like a crowd pleaser. Yes, it like I said, it's kind of reminiscent of Humble, but it also has its own unique flavor with the synths that are all over this album. The synths are very much prominent here as well. So it's a great track. It's definitely a crowd pleaser, and I'll be returning to this one. Looking at 007 Freestyle, this one really feels more like what it sounds like. It's a freestyle. And I don't know if Ty actually, rapped off the top of his head. It sounds like it was pre-written. But nothing really crazy going on here. The beat's fine. It's not a very long song. Kind of acts more like an interlude. It's more complimentary to the project around it. Not so much great as a standalone, but it does kind of work within the flow of the project. Whoa is a song featuring Vanessa. Am I saying that right, Vanessa? And this one's dizzying with the synths and the melodies. And I really love this track a lot. Vanessa, his feature is great. I really like the addition that he brings to this track as well. Just overall a great melodic song. Like I said, it's got kind of some of these hyper pop elements. I feel like I should be playing laser tag during this song, but I really like this one a lot. Losses to Lessons is a great change of pace. It's more of a slow but bouncy feel to it. Eli Montana feature on this track. He does the hook. I really like his hook a lot on it, but Ty's just keeping the momentum going. I like the little bit of the change of paces in the tracks here. Some of them are kind of have soulful elements to them and some sample heavy stuff. Some of them are more hyper pop synth, but you wouldn't know it, but it really does work together and complements one another really well. So I like this change of pace in this song here. Take Flight, similar to the 007 Freestyle. This one is more connective than anything else. It's not a crazy track by itself, but this one actually labels itself as an interlude. So I'll give it the credit for that. But not a whole lot going on here. It just kind of leads us to the back end of the project, which focuses more on these soulful sounds. Ties in a lot with some of these synths, but like I said, the soulful stuff is here as well, and I really like that. I think it's a good fit for him. Next, we get some really fun callbacks to his projects before this with Praying Hands 3 and Most High 3. Those were other songs that had predecessors to each one. But I feel like these are just fun victory laps for Ty without being too derivative of the songs that came before it. But acting is really a point of reflection. So I like that a lot. And in Praying Hands 3, Ty says in the hook, it pays off to be patient. It's really cool to hear him just sound inspired. It's really cool to hear Ty be reflective and just see where he's come, the growth that he's made, and then attributing that to his relationship with God. It's really refreshing. And No Big Deal has a pretty good feature as well on Most High 3, which I like. Rebirth follows this trend of being a slower, soulful track, but it's got some swing to it where Ty really reflects on his upbringing and wrestles with seeing his friends struggle with both drugs and violence. But it really does a good job of Ty just being brutally honest with himself and some of the missteps he's made, and looking at his friends and relationships and where some of those have kind of gone wrong, and how he feels now with his life and his spiritual journey, really reflecting on that and seeing where he's come, not just in the past few albums, but in his life. The album closes with a nice uplifting track called End of Time, and we have Ty on this nice nonstop flow. Feels like he's not breathing at all. And he just continues to show his growth and reliance through his relationship with Christ. And he sings on the hook that I'll love you till the end of time, which is just a nice closer on this project that's taken us on a journey through how Ty is doing, where his head is at, and really his reflection on where God has brought him up to this point. It's easy to root for him, and the music really speaks for itself. So it's not trying to be as expansive as Transcendent, but it's also not as dark as its predecessor. What I love is that this project, I feel like Ty really knows what it's supposed to be and what he wants to do, and he does it. Ty puts together a group of really nice tracks that I like a lot, and it's cool to see the continuous growth that he makes here. I think this might be his best work yet. Honestly, I like it a lot, and I'm feeling a strong 8 out of 10 on this one. So let me know what you think. Did you agree with what I had to say? Did you like Titanium 2 by Ty Brasel? What else should I review? But until then, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.